Alrighty, pulled the truck back up, kind of halfway up, because I'm fixing to do an oil change. We checked dipstick right after I cut video off, and it was a tad bit milky, you know. And oil ain't supposed to look like that if you're not a mechanic or anything. Your oil is not supposed to be milky. It's supposed to be smooth, kind of golden brown color, make it look real pretty. But yeah, mine was real milky and not really that dark because it only has like 70 something miles on it, but it's old. And I just replaced all the gaskets in there. When I was doing that, it kind of, you know, coolant went into the oil and vice versa. And or actually, no, just coolant into the oil, and that's not good. So I'm going to do an oil change real quick, make sure I don't overfill it, because I think I overfilled it a little bit last time. But do oil change, make sure I don't overfill it. Got new oil, got oil filter, which I'm gonna put down here. Make sure I don't over tighten it, because one of the last oil changes we did, somebody, not gonna say names, my dad, over tightened the oil filter, and it took me about 3 months to get it off. And yeah, that was no fun. 3 months. I had to order a specialty tool, and it broke the specialty tool. And then I sat there. I was on this side of the truck right here with the breaker bar, 2 breaker bars, and the oil filter's way back there. I was out here with about 6 feet of breaker bar, along with a half-inch drive breaker bar connected to the actual thing. My dad was under there putting force on it, pushing it up, and I was out here doing this number, trying to get it off. So yeah, that's interesting. Anyways, I'm gonna set the camera up right about here, and maybe look closer. And I guess I'll do my oil change real quick. I think you can almost see everything right from right here. Anyways, I'll do the oil change real quick and then we'll be good. So, I'll get on with it. Gee, I don't even know what I'm doing. Almost forgot I had a dang creeper for a second there. Thank you to my mother who got me this creeper after she saw I was laying on the ground. Put it down. Look at it. Oh, man, that oil pan's hot. I'm gonna move this GoPro to the other side, because as it turns out, the drain bolt is over here. So I don't want to be on the side where the drain bolt is, because then I might get oil on me. I don't know, just a little bit of caution, because I don't really feel like getting drenched in oil today. Not today, not the best day to get drenched in oil. Don't know if that looks good, but I'm gonna roll with it because I can't really see it. So, come back here real quick, grab my oil filter wrench. And my drain pan. It's kind of importante. Whew. Oh, shoot. Whew, that's better. All my sockets just fell off of my holder that I made them. Brief intermission, by the way, because don't really know. All right, towards a success. I got all of my things back, my sockets. just in case I drop the drain bolt, which I won't, because I am a trained professional and I'll never drop the drain bolt. Way too big. Just right. Sure this thing is gonna catch all that oil. I might have to take the creeper away just because this cross member here getting in my way, and I need to be a little bit lower to the ground so that it doesn't get too much more in my way. So double check right like that. Oh boy, this part is the nervous part. Makes me nervous. That's why I have my glove on. I'm not afraid of oil, I just don't like... Don't like getting it all on my hand, because then if I touch my tools it gets dirty and everything just gets dirty, so... Still not finger tight. Okay. Get into position here. Trick to this, for those of you who don't know, hold it on, because right now it's out. I can pull it and it'll come out. But I'm holding it on to where all that oil doesn't get on me. Then whenever I want to, I can just... Oh wait, apparently it wasn't out all the way. Now it's out. I felt the threads jump. See, it's dripping a little, but it's not getting everywhere. So now when I want to take it out, I can just, woo, just like that. Goodness. Don't know if you can catch it on camera, but that stuff is milky. I'm gonna grab another container. Okay, just in case this doesn't do it, I've got a Folgers container. This thing doesn't feel that full though, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. I need something white. You'll see in a minute. All right. Getting a little bit of this stuff on a there. Not sure if that's a good camera angle, but looks like it. So even though I tried my hardest not to get oil everywhere, there's oil everywhere, which goes to show that I'm not a professional. Checking my oil drain bolt. Looks pretty mediocre. About where you'd expect it. These are magnetic, so any little oil, not metal specks that's in your oil will get caught on it. But luckily I don't have any. So there's that. A little bit more of that oil, just so I can show how milky it was in just a second. And let me just say, this oil has like 70 miles on it. 70 miles for oil is nothing. It's basically brand new. I mean, it's basically, I poured it in, I took a trip to Houston and came back, and then boom. Not even. And usually while that's going, you'd be undoing your oil filter. But my oil filter's all the way over here. A little bit more difficult for me to reach it from where I'm at. This is such a weird angle. Yes, dog it. Alright. Alright. We're back. This is better. Whew. Oil filter wrenches are not easy to use, and if you're wondering why this one is so bent out of shape, it's not because I got mad and threw it across the barn. It's because I bent it whenever I was trying to get the other oil filter off. That took me like 3 months. Yeah, that goes to show how tight it was. It was so torn up because I'd shoved screwdrivers through it and tried to get it off with that, and it didn't work. This one's coming loose. It's just difficult because I don't have a good filter wrench. But yeah, you can see it turning. I don't know if you can see it at all, but it is turning. Oh, it's completely loose now. Which means this is still dripping. Crazy. But yeah, I'm fixing to take that off, which more oil will probably come out of there. So I'm waiting for this dang thing to finish, if it ever will. Oh wait, I got an idea. Oh wow, I hope y'all can see this. My ingenuity never fails to amaze me. Put the Folgers can around the oil filter, stops all the oil that tries to get out. Along with making it where I can sorry for the pauses, I'm trying to concentrate. Not that good of a multitasker. Almost got it off. It's really hard though because it's coated in oil and I'm wearing one of these vinyl gloves, and so it's very slick with just my fingers. But I am getting it. This is genius. It's Folgers. Just a little regular coffee can. Put it right around that filter. Won't take it. Oh, there it goes. Finally. Put it right around that filter when I'm taking it off. Stops all the oil. Sometimes I surprise myself. Only bad thing is now I gotta hold it here until it's done draining all that oil out. Goodness gracious, you'd think it'd be faster. This thing been draining for probably 5 minutes. Y'all have had to listen to me talk for 5 minutes. It's almost worse for you. Goodness gracious. Hey, I do know if I need to replace my starter, it's right here. That'll probably be a real easy job. I don't know. Transmission is looking worse than ever. I mean, better than ever. I don't know. I'll probably just leave that and ignore the sounds. Because, I mean, if you can't hear it, then is it really there? I don't think so. Pretty confident that this is one of the longest oil changes that I've ever had to sit through. Don't know how Jiffy Lube gets it done in like 20 seconds. Takes them a minute and all the oil's drained out. They must have some secret sauce or something. Need to figure out what they're doing. Pretty sure the camera's probably gonna die soon enough. Goodness gracious. I can think of worse things to be doing though. I could be inside doing homework. That would suck. It'd suck worse than this. Oh boy. Oh boy. My arm is resting on a control arm, which is okay. It would be okay if the control arm wasn't coated in grease. So that ought to be interesting. You know, for a 98 Chevy, this truck really doesn't have that much rust. Usually you see them and they're so rusted out that nothing is even visible. But like, look at the oil pan. Oil pan on mine is basically brand new. Basically, of course. Got the 2 catalytic converters. Don't tell the thieves that. Come and take them from me. Oh, wow. Wow. Send a picture of this to my friend. Tell him I made him some chocolate milk. That is how milky this stuff is. I say milky, I mean milky. Practically don't even have any oil in it. Still dripping out. Slow and steady. Alright, I guess I'm gonna get out, crack the fill cap up top on the engine, get that ready. Strike that while I'm under here. Oh no, because I need to go from the other side. I was gonna say I'm gonna put the filter on, but that's too much like work from this angle. Gotta wash my hand off too so that I can get it hand tight. That's all I do with filters. I get them hand tight. Because after that one filter, I'm scarred. I don't know. I got PTSD from getting that filter off. Okay. Slow drip. That's good. That's good. Gouda. It's a good cheese. Gouda cheese. mercy, so much oil. So we got fast orange for. All right. Wow. I don't even know this thing's been recording. It has. It's been 20 minutes. Good Lord. I'm gonna have to edit 90% of this dang video out after I wipe the camera off, which is what I'm doing right now. Got a little bit of oil on it, and so it's a little bit, I don't know, it's acting weird. It's acting up. I'm trying to fix it. There, I think I got it. There. Good enough for government work. Come up here. Can't really see it because I don't have any lights, but right here. Correct that, baby. It's my engine oil. Yeah, engine oil cap. Say 5W30. SAE 5W30. I got the Quaker State 5W30 paired with the Pennzoil Platinum High Mileage 5W30. So, should be good. Never trust what the labeling says with the amount of miles you can go. Like this one, 7,500 miles is what it says. Same with the Quaker State. I read it just a second ago. Kind of see it there. I don't trust that. It says 7,500. Most engines probably do fine at 7,500, but if you're like me, you want to keep the engine going as long as you can. You want to, like this one's been going 400,000 miles, okay? And my grandfather, when he owned this truck, get his oil change every month because he went Houston and back every single day, which is a lot of miles. I'm not going to tell you from where we are, but it's a lot of miles from Houston and back. So he get it changed every single month at our local mechanic shop. And that's why this engine is going for so long, because he changed it and he kept his oil up to date. It's not about getting new pistons or new connecting rods, none of that. That's for rebuilding an engine. To keep your engine going, you need to change the oil often. This stuff says 7,500. I'm probably not going to let it go more than probably about 3 months. Most, depends on how much I drive it. But 3 months is how, like, where I'm going to change it regardless. And let me see how many miles that would be. I'll probably change it at most at like 5,000 miles, but when I start driving like a lot, I'll probably change it at 3,500 because this is an old engine in an old truck. It has a buttload of miles on it and it's never been rebuilt or nothing. I want to keep it in the best shape that I can, so I'm going to be putting oil. I'm gonna do oil changes and be taking care of this thing as much as I can, because that's what you gotta do to keep your engine young, keep your car young. Doesn't matter how old it is, it's about keeping it young inside. You can say the same about humans too. Doesn't matter how old you are physically. What matters is how old you think you are, how much you think you can do. That determines, try and grab my filter, that determines how old you really are. Get all philosophical. It's just making me think. Do a lot of thinking. It's probably not good, but it's good enough. So, got that. New filter, Fram. Good company, good filters. And what you gotta do, you take some of the oil. I'm gonna get some new oil because that stuff is terrible. They usually dip your finger in that, rub it right on the seal, on the filter right here, and then when you put it on, it makes it a little easier tightening and it makes it seal better. So I'm gonna grab some of the fresh oil so I'm not putting this milky stuff on, and it'll be good. Alright, I'm gonna get under here. Goodness gracious. The filter's on the other side of the world. There, so I'm right here. Make sure you don't damage your filter or nothing. Kind of wipe the rim off where the seal connects on your filter housing, I guess you can call it that. Come on, filter, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna kind of wipe that off. Make sure that it's somewhat free of old oil. Taking every precaution I can. This engine, I'm gonna make it last. I'm gonna make it last. Make it good. Got a few drips of old oil, but that's okay. Because I'm probably not gonna drive it that much before I do the next oil change. So, I usually go, and let's see. I'm gonna count this out. So boom, it just started getting tight. You really gotta do it by feel. But I'll give it a good quarter turn, half turn, and it's getting real tight now, so I'll give it like almost like a human nugget. I call it 1 oomph. Right about right there. I probably went another not half, a little less than a half turn, because I want to make sure it's on there good and tight, but I don't want to put it too. Camera may or may not have died on me, but I got a new battery in it now, and man, I gotta fix my pronunciation of that. Everyone gets on to me because I say battery instead of battery. I don't know, but I just poured the tiniest little bit of oil down in there, and I waited just a second, and it dripped out. Shoot, it's dripping everywhere, but that's fine. Dripping on my racket too. Anyways, I got that done. I'm gonna go ahead and toss the drain plug back in and call it good. Yeah, let me do that real quick. I guess put that right there. I already got the filter on, so it's good. I'm gonna wipe off the drain bolt, and ideally you'd put a new crush washer on there. I don't have one because I don't know, didn't get one, but we don't need crush washers where we're going. See, there's just a tiny bit of oil still coming out, but that's because I poured just a tiny bit into the engine, and this oil looks way better than the old stuff, so I'm gonna go ahead and thread on the drain bolt and just call it good. There, it's starting to get a little bit tight, so, which is a good thing. if it's tight, it's right. And then you just tighten it until it's tight. You know what I mean? I think mine has one or two little, yeah, need just right there. I think that's good. Okay. Make sure you wipe off all the old oil so that if you have an oil leak, you can see it. For when you have an oil leak, I should say. Anyways, what I didn't mention is once you have everything drained and it's kind of dripping like it was there for a while, you want to make sure you turn the key in your car for about 30 seconds. And if it cuts on, that's okay, but you want to crank it. Make sure you get all that oil out of the crankcase and everything, you know, all that old oil. Just so you know, I am joking. Never do that. You'll destroy your engine if it runs without oil in it, okay? It's a joke. Haha. Had a little laugh. Now, don't ever do that, okay? Never crank your engine without oil in it, because you'll just blow the thing up and then you'll have to buy a new engine. So, got my handy dandy randy standy funnel here, plugged right into the outlet, inlet, whatever you want to call it. Got, I think, 5.5 quarts. Yeah, close to, at least. I think the truck takes about 5.5 quarts, so I need to double check that real quick, but it should be good. And then yeah, we'll pour the oil in and then make sure nothing is leaking, and it should be good. And then what you want to do, you want to start it, let it run for a little bit. And by a little bit, I mean like, I don't know, 1 or 2 minutes. Just let it run for a little bit, get nice and warm, cut it off again, dipstick out, wipe it off, put it back in, take it out, check your level. And it's got them two little dots, or it has the lines, or it says fill here, line on it, stuff like that. I'll show you in a little bit once I do it to my truck. But you want to make sure you're in between the two lines so that it's within spec for your engine, the oil is. And then you're good. If it's within spec, then you're good. And my dipstick's right here. It says engine oil on it. It's yellow, has a little ring. But you want to check it, make sure it's within spec. If it's within spec, then good. If it's not, then you need to either add or just don't go over and you won't have a problem. But yeah, you just need to make sure that you're good, within spec. Preferably right on to the line that it has on it, because that means your engine's perfect and you'll be good. And then you just want to let it run for a little bit, make sure everything looks good, and yeah, that's how you do an oil change. So I guess I'm gonna fill it up real quick. Cut the camera off for that so I don't use all the battery up again. So fill it up, double check that it's not leaking or anything, and then I'll cut the camera back on whenever I pull the truck out, let it run for a little bit, and then check the dipstick. So, yep, see you guys in a little bit. Okay, so just got everything refilled. I checked the oil dipstick, but honestly, I can't tell where the heck the oil level's at. So I put in the recommended amount. I have all the stuff. This is a very helpful tip. Go through your manual, find the page where it has all the quantities for every fluid. There, at least in this older truck, there is one. And take pictures of it, and then put it into an album with all your other pictures of your truck and all your other parts and stuff. At least if you're like me, you have an album of that in your phone. But I did that, and it's really easy to find out how much the fluids are. And it was 5 quarts on the dot. So I took this jug, which is right on the dot, 5 quarts, and I poured it all in. So it should be right at where it's supposed to be for this engine, and every engine is going to be a little bit different. So if you have like a small car, it's going to be like 3 quarts or something, or maybe a little bit more. But most small cars are going to be on like the 3-quart side. If you have a big old engine like this honking 350 Chevrolet 350, going to be closer to the 5-quart mark. And if you have something like a big block 454, or most diesels, they're going to be on like the 6 to 7 quart range, somewhere in there. But it just depends on what vehicle you have and everything. Anyways, I'm gonna see if it'll start up for me. The battery is terrible, absolutely terrible. So it sounds terrible whenever I'm starting it. But yeah, try to start it up and pull it back out to where I can let it run for a little bit, then check the oil level. Set you guys up right there so you can get a nice view. Anyways, guess I'll do that real quick. Still got a little bit of oil on my hands. Letting it run for just a second, kind of circulate the oil good. You want to check your pressure, make sure the oil pressure is good, and then you can go ahead and move it if you need to. Okay, well that's doing its thing. It's kind of loud, at least from right here it is, but try to show some of this oil, how bad it was. This is the old oil filter. Just, oh my goodness, that literally, it looks like chocolate milk. It's terrible, absolutely terrible. But I think that was why it was smoking a little bit, burning off some of the crud, and because I had a little bit of coolant in the oil. I mean, I'm no professional, but there's no smoke. Like there's no smoke whatsoever. Got a severe minor exhaust leak right there, but that's part of fun. Anyways, no smoke, smells like exhaust, which is what it's supposed to smell like. Letting it run for a little bit. It is purring, let me tell you. It's like a Rolls Royce engine. You could balance a bottle or something on there. Wait a minute. This is like has like a quarter of it left, this paint can. Wow. Look at how smooth that is. I can put it, balance it on top. Oh, not quite. I mean, that's good. That's crazy. That's amazing. Wish I had a video how it ran before. I do somewhere. But anyways, do this. Yeah, I can see in here. I'm gonna plug this OBD2 reader back in, because I got that same service engine soon check engine light on, so I'm gonna check it. One code, read codes, manufacturer control P145, port P1345. Same thing it was doing earlier, but ta-da! I erase the codes and they go away. I am gonna leave it plugged in though, just in case that light pops back up. But for now, cut it off. Yep, cut it off. What I do, helpful tip, if your truck needs a little bit of help starting on these older GM vehicles, if you just go like this is the emergency brake, that much. First little click like that, it'll cut off your fog lights so that they don't come on whenever you're trying to start the vehicle, checking if there's any oil leaks. But it'll cut off your fog lights so that they don't come on whenever you're trying to start the vehicle, and it'll make it way easier on the battery and the starter trying to start it. Just a little helpful tip. I learned that from a buddy of mine. Shout out to him. I don't know why I just did shout. That's stupid. I'm kind of stupid. I don't know. Give credit to him. He's good. I like him. Anyways, so you can see on a dipstick, don't know if you can see it, there's those dots and there's lines on it, and it says operating range and it has like a point. And anywhere in between those dots, if your oil comes up to that, then you're good. So you pull it out. I just wiped it off on a towel and showed you. Stick it right back in the hole. Do this a little bit, wiggle it around, do whatever you want. Come back out with it and check it. Mine looks like I'm right in the middle of that operating range, which is right where I want to be. I usually do it twice just to make sure, because I'd rather be safe than sorry. But oh yeah, I'm dead smack in the center of that operating range, which means all the thingies in there are gonna be doing their thing just fine. So that's good. Anyways, I'm gonna cut it back on, let it run for a while, maybe take it for a little spin, you know. Actually no, my dad is gonna take it for a spin because I can't drive by myself yet. That would be illegal, and you can't do that because it's illegal. So grab the hood. I'm gonna leave it cracked just a hair so that if I want to I can see. But here, let me show you what I'm talking about with this thing. So normally, you see, that's the fog light. There's checking engine light again. That's the fog light thing. And then come down here. That much. Boom, fog light's off. And then it'll start easier. Okay, give the truck a break. Give the truck a break. It's an old truck. It's got a terrible battery. Probably needs a starter. Just give me a break. Cut me some slack. That's what we got jump boxes for. For times like these. Good Lord, this thing weighs an arm and a leg. Probably more than that. Weighs as much as an elephant. Okay, gotta make sure I put them on right. Picked this sucker up last summer. I was on vacation. Very useful, very nice. Flip this sucker on. It's a little screen, tells you how many voltage you're getting. Also, it's got the battery and alternator, and it beeps at you. Little LED compressor, pretty nice. Anyways, gotta stay on topic. We can see how she starts up now. Come on, come on. Come on. Oh my goodness, I don't know if it's gonna start. Okay, give it just a second. Come on. Give me just a sec. This is embarrassing. Might have to call my dad out, get him to jump it. Oh my goodness. Oh, thank goodness. Oh my goodness. Thank the Lord. Honestly, we should do that more often. We don't thank the Lord often enough. So you just hit alternator check, goes for a good few seconds. Maybe a little longer. Eventually it'll blink at you with how the alternator's doing. Oh, there it is. Alt, good. Right there. So, alternator's good. Anyways, I love this thing. It's awesome. Worthwhile purchase. Although I didn't do it justice with how it performed just a second ago. It does work great. It's just this is a pretty big engine. That thing is only rated for small V8s, and this is I mean, it's a small block V8, but it's not a small V8. Anyways, I'm gonna let this thing run for a while, because I think if I cut it off, I'm not gonna be able to get it back on. Checking everything out underneath it. I can see that it's running good. Let it get up to temperature, and then a little bit of moisture coming out the exhaust, but I think that's normal. It's gonna be till it gets all that soot and stuff burned off. Anyways, that's all I got for this oil change. Hopefully the video ain't too bad once I get it edited. I don't know, I'm still figuring out all the editing stuff, so that's fun. Anyways, yeah. Thank you for watching.